Can we please all stand for the arrival of the official party? Good afternoon, Mr. Kelly, official party, staff and fellow students, and welcome to the Townsville Grammar School's 2022 NAIDOC Assembly. I kindly ask you to place your hat under your seat and switch your phone to silent. Please be seated. I would now like to invite Grade 7 Indigenous student Amaya Lampton to the stage to present the Welcome to Country.
It is our privilege to acknowledge the Walgarukupa and neighbouring Bindal peoples as the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. We pay our respect to our elders, past, present and emerging, of whom we have many playing an important part in our celebration today. We also value the traditions, cultures and aspirations of the land, of the First Nations people of this land. Thank you.
Thank you, Amaya, for your welcome to country. Before we begin this celebration, I would personally like to acknowledge the traditional owners, the Walgarukupa and Bindal people, on whose land we meet today, and pay respect to elders past, present and emerging. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Amelia Grant. I'm a descendant of my Mawaggle ancestors from the Kuban community on Moa Island, the second largest in the Torres Strait, and my Eastern Gugunyalanji ancestors from the Daintree Rainforest. I am beyond honoured to be your host for today, along with my brother Jack Wild, to present your NAIDOC Assembly. Today's assembly is not full of notices and boring speeches, but an assembly dedicated to the celebration of the history, culture and achievements of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. We celebrate a bit nervous. We celebrate the history, culture and achievements of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, and particularly students at our school. Today we celebrate your friends. Today we celebrate our students who have come from far and wide. The official meaning of NAIDOC is National Aborigines and Islanders Day Observance Committee, which was first created in 1991. Over the past few years, there has been a growing awareness of Indigenous culture in Australia. This year's NAIDOC theme is Get Up, Stand Up, Show Up. The theme is about the desire to change the relationship between Indigenous people and non-Indigenous people in Australia, basing it on justice, equity and proper recognition of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander rights. But today we celebrate our students' achievements and we celebrate the history and culture of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders in Australia. Now I'm so happy to welcome 3 of our Grade 7 Indigenous students, Peter, Nigel and Wally, and Grade 9 student Kentara to the stage, who will perform a traditional Saibai dance for you. Can I please ask the official party to depart the stage and remove your chairs? This is not easy for anyone to get up and dance in front of you all, so can we please give these boys a very loud welcome? Can we get one more round of applause for the boys? I would now like to invite Jack Wild to the stage to introduce our guest speaker.
Good afternoon. My name is Jack Wild. It is with great pleasure and honour that I introduce Mr. Ray Thompson, our guest speaker for today's NAIDOC Assembly. Mr. Thompson is of Torres Strait Island and Papua New Guinean descent. Mr. Thompson is most known from his days as a valued member of the North Queensland Cowboys, his time as a Papua New Guinea national and Indigenous All-Star representative. Ray is currently a Community Engagement Programs Officer for the Cowboys and is the leader of the Resilience Program. This program aims to deliver a resilient, positive, and mentally healthy mindset to primary and secondary schools across North Queensland. Ray has also played a major role in the Try for Five program. Both programs are about Indigenous and non-Indigenous students getting up, standing up, and showing up. Recently, Ray personally stood up, having his beloved dreadlocks shaved and raising over $15,000 for cancer to the world's greatest shave. Today, Mr. Thompson will tell of his greatest achievement, being a husband and a father to his 3 beautiful children.
Thank you so much for that, Jack, and really, really appreciative to be here this afternoon for such a special occasion. It is, as I said, just a real privilege to be and visit Townsville Grammar, to talk about NAIDOC, but also to share who I am and what NAIDOC means to me. As we're all aware, NAIDOC is about celebrating the history, the culture and achievements of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. My backstory is this, as Jack mentioned. My mum is from the islands of the Torres Strait in a village in an island called Saibai Island, and my family also too reside from a village in the western province of Papua New Guinea called Mabudawan. My dad, on the other hand, is from the Gold Coast of European descent. I'm really extremely proud of both parts of my family because it gave me a great perspective on life and what I do today and how I teach my kids. For me, I'm not sure if there's anybody here who has a father or a mother in the Defence Force, but my dad joined the Army soon after I was born, and anybody who is a Defence family understands that you go through a lot of different deployments. And for me, we went to about 7 primary schools across my primary school years, which presented a lot of different challenges and a lot of different things that I had to overcome. For me, going to school in New South Wales, going to school in southeast Queensland, going to school in Melbourne, there are a lot of different challenges, and yes, my skin colour was a little bit different, my hair looked a little bit different, and I always felt a little bit off, but for some reason, I'm not sure exactly why, but rugby league sung true to me. Rugby league was the community where I felt that I accepted and I could be myself. I was very fortunate that I ended up here in Townsville, and we went through few different schools here in Townsville, and at the age of 15 was really fortunate that I got to pick up a contract with the Cowboys. I was also offered the privilege to be able to tour. Rugby league has offered me the opportunity to travel the world and visit many different cultures, and my first overseas trip was to New Zealand. Our coach at the time, and unfortunately we got the news last week, but my coach at the time was Paul Green, and we went on to do some great things over that trip, and the last thing that he left with me were 2 things. The first thing was about being kind and accepting other people for who they are. The other thing was about understanding that you may not get what you want in life, but you'll always get what you deserve. And that rung true right through my football career. At the age of 27, was forced into medical retirement. And for me, that was a challenge, another challenge once again that I had to overcome. But through that experience, if you had told me at the age of 15 what my purpose in life was, I would have told you it was about playing football. At 27, with 2 kids and medically retired, you figure out that, oh, hang on a minute, that wasn't a purpose, that was a hobby. My purpose in life is about making an impact on other people, and I was very fortunate through my playing career that I got to go out and visit community and do those sorts of things, because I probably selfishly thought that I knew that I was making some sort of an impact, and I felt good about helping other people, and I knew that the impact was in a big way. And for me now, as Jack mentioned, I'm very fortunate that I get to work in the community department, not only doing Indigenous programs, but also doing non-Indigenous programs like wellbeing and things like that. And for me, working in the community department, we use our brand, we use our profile, and we use our social capital to affect change and advocate for things that are positive. When we look at NAIDOC, it's important to understand that NAIDOC comes from a place of activism and protest. When it began, the committee began in 1991, but really NAIDOC began in 1938 when we started to activate and promote change for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. NAIDOC speaks to the many issues that we still have, but also speaks to the campaigns that we've achieved and the things that we've been able to achieve as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, but also non-Indigenous Australians as well. There's a long history of activism. This is epitomised with the Uluru Statement from the Heart, which invites all Australians to walk together in a movement for a better future. It's really important that this year too is a significant year for NAIDOC because it marks two milestones. It's the 50th year anniversary of the 10 Embassy, but also the 30th anniversary for the Mabo decision. Every year, as we've spoken about, there is a theme, and the theme this year is about get up, stand up and show up, which encourages people and communities to come together, to work collaboratively to change and celebrate those who have driven that positive change, like the 10 Embassy, like the Uluru Statement. It's up to all of us to stand up, show up and play our part in what future looks like for all Australians, Indigenous and non-Indigenous. And I guess if you're sitting there, you may be thinking, what's that mean for me? What's that mean for you? And what does this look like? Getting up, standing up and showing up takes many different forms. The nuance of this theme applies to everybody in life, applies to every single thing. It's about affecting change, and achieving that comes from a few different things, right? It's about getting up and getting out of your safety net and challenging yourself and taking positive risks. It's about standing up for what you believe in, finding your passion and being passionate about making change, not only for yourself, but for others. And it's about continuing to show up, because change doesn't happen overnight. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it's your ability to be optimistic. Optimistic isn't just focusing on the better side of life, it's not overlooking the better side of life. It's about finding the possibilities. If you can't find possibilities, then you can't solve problems. Optimism gives us hope. Get up, stand up, and show up is about being optimistic despite the challenges we have ahead. It's really been a privilege to be here today and talk about my experience and what NAIDOC means to me. Each and every year, NAIDOC is about Australians embracing Indigenous culture just that little bit more. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson, who is indeed a wonderful role model to Indigenous and non-Indigenous people in Australia. Can we please show him appreciation one more time? Before I introduce the NAIDOC video, I would like everyone present today to recognise the Indigenous students that are here at Townsville Grammar School. We walk with you every day, our ancestors walk with us every day. Take the time to appreciate the oldest culture in the world and allow yourselves to open up and get to know those students who share that culture. I now welcome the NAIDOC video introducing majority of Indigenous students at Townsville Grammar School. Please enjoy.
Hey, my name is Jonathan Dow. I'm from Sable Island and I'm a proud Torres Strait Islander.
Hi, I'm Amanda Lampton and I am in grade 7 and I'm a proud Aboriginal person.
Hi, my name is Summer and I'm from Burketown. Burketown is located in the Gulf of Carpentaria.
My name's Katara Sabatino. I'm from Thursday Island and I'm a proud Torres Strait Islander.
Hello, my name is Vivian Creed Haynes. I'm from Palm and I'm a proud Aboriginal woman.
My name is Zeki. I'm from Omapun. My mum's a Torres Strait Islander. My dad's Aboriginal. I'm both, and I love fishing and doing sports.
Hi, I'm Lacey Darcy and I'm from Malapanya Springs Station. Hi, my name is Walter Nona, and I'm from Badu Island, the Wakai tribe, and I'm a proud Torres Strait Islander.
Hi, my name is Rihanna Mabo. I am from Masig and I am a proud Torres Strait Islander.
Hi, my name is Nigel Wassam. I'm from Saibai Island up in Torres Strait. And my tribe is a dog.
Hello, my name is Jack Wild. I'm in Year 11 and I'm from Mount Isa. My tribes are Kalkadoon, which is around Mount Isa, and Pitchinjata and Muninjata, which is situated around Uluru.
My name is Adi Noah, and I'm from Murray Island in the Torres Straits, and I'm proud to be a Torres Strait Islander.
My name's Phoenix Pratt. I'm from Cohen and I'm in Year 7 and I'm a proud Aboriginal woman.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and I live in Old Mapoon, and I'm proud to be an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander.
One last time for this assembly, please welcome our 3 boys, Peter, Nigel and Wally, back to the stage to perform a traditional sit-down dance. Please make them feel welcome. Can we get a few big loud cheers for the boys? This is the last time they're performing today. I now invite the official party to take their place back on stage. And I welcome Mr. Stevens to present the rowing first aid.
Good afternoon, everybody. Ahead of our Head of the River Regatta, which will be held this Sunday, the 21st of August, it's my pleasure to present our first 8 crews to the school and have Mr. Kelly present them with their zoot suits. We'll start with our girls' first 8. Our stroke seat is Georgia White. Number 7 seat, Sally Broad. Number 6 seat, Ella Wackenfeld. Number 5 seat, Catherine Square. Number 4 seat is Skylar Corliss. Number 3 seat, Zara Moller. Number 2 seat, Sachi Hira. Our bow is Naomi Kutash, and the cox is Lane Scott. Let's wish the girls all the best for the weekend, please. Our boys' first eight, stroke Aston McClellan. Number 7 seat, Lucas Brown. Number 6 seat is Owen Beanie. Number 5 seat, Dylan Rao. Number 4 seat is Charlie Maroof. Number 2 seat, Daniel Kim. Sorry, number 3 seat is Jack Valentine. My apologies. Number 2 seat is Daniel Kim. Our bow is Brian Hayes. And our cox is Sabir Nayar.
Thank you, Mr. Stevens. To conclude today's NAIDOC Assembly, I would like to thank some very special and hardworking people, because without them this assembly would not have been possible. I'd firstly like to thank Mrs. Hughes for weeks' worth of organising and patience with all of us, Mr. Antonio Winterstein for running around chasing everyone to film the video and the huge effort he has made, Miss Mary, who has spent many days and nights helping our little island dancers practice and helping me make this assembly successful. And another thank you to our guest speaker, Mr. Ray Thompson. I would like to thank Mr. Corby Green for filming and editing the video, our setup crew who put up balloons and all the other decorations, and my co-host, Jack Wild, for helping me co-host and being a true inspiration to the 4 dancers. I would also like to thank and congratulate Peter, Nigel, Kentaro and Wally for being brave enough to get up here and dance for all of you here today. Thank you to all my brothers and sisters that were in the video, and I thank you all here today for celebrating with us and allowing yourselves to be part of our culture. I hope you all enjoyed today and walk away with a little more knowledge about the Indigenous culture. Happy NAIDOC, everyone. From the Torres Strait, a big Essa and Yowo, meaning big thank you and goodbye, and from the Eastern Gugu Yalanji language, Yundu Yalanda. Thank you all.
That concludes this week's assembly. Could you please stand for the departure of the official party?